Hello and welcome to Freedom March. Thank you so much for joining me. I'm Levan Miller. You are tuned into 103.5 FM The Beat. You're also probably watching me on channel 224, that's on cable, or 112, that's on Flow. And if you're not there, then you're possibly on ILTV Studios on Facebook. And so you can take this opportunity to call your friends up and tell your friends that, Levan's on the air and that they should discontinue doing that stuff that they're doing, and they should lock their radios and TVs to this station so that they could listen to us, because, come on, what else would they be listening to? All right, so we've got a lot of interesting things happening in and around the country today. The entire cabinet almost. I think the only person I didn't see was the Attorney General, Ryan Pinder. But for Ryan, I think every other member of the cabinet, boy, they must not watch Designated Survivor. Like, if you wanted to take the whole cabinet out, today is the day. They're all sitting in the Alukaya, all right? But I imagine that it is the Prime Minister's wisdom to take with him all of his cabinet colleagues and take them down there to the slow economy that is Freeport, Grand Bahama, and to have, if you will, a soiree. That is what I imagine will happen once what I'm now understanding, the HOA signing and possible demolition, I hear, of the Alukaya Resort happens, and then there'll be a mix and mingle, if I'm understanding it correctly from what I heard as I watched the broadcast. And then I understand that they're going to mosey along. They're going to saunter their way over to the, what is the thing called? What do they call it? The Alukaya area, where Zorbas and all that stuff is. And they have a wonderful evening plan, I'm told, where I imagine every cabinet minister who is there is on executive duty and will just swipe cabinet credit cards left and right, which will ultimately turn out to be a good business day in the life of all those people in the Alukaya Marina Village area. But I understand that the developer in Grand Bahama is supposed to be bringing a golf course. He's supposed to be bringing a hotel. He's supposed to be bringing Marina Village or Yacht Slip. And so it's apparently a 7-tier investment strategy they're going to be taking down there at the Alukaya. I understand they're likening it to a 7-cylinder engine. Now, I'm hopeful that it isn't anything like the Chevy 5-cylinder engine, right? Like, I would much rather have an 8-cylinder engine, because if you lose one cylinder in an 8-cylinder engine, you don't notice it. But if you lose one cylinder in a 7-cylinder engine, you might notice that. But we're going to talk about that and a whole lot more. I've got some people to cuss out really early. We'll deal with some of that. And then I'm going to get on what my thoughts are about the Department of Public Planning, those people, physical planning. That and more is on the next side of the break. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back on Freedom March. Welcome back to Freedom March. Thank you so much for joining me. The spiritual advisor, Bradley Roll, is in studio with me. Bradley Roll, happy Thursday. Welcome to Freedom March.
Getting closer to the weekend. Thank you so much. Good to be here, Levi.
It's Friday, Junior. I could say it this time. The last time you let me say that, spiritual advisor, the people laugh at me, tell me, say, I call it Thursday, and it was Wednesday, and the spiritual advisor say, yeah. And they don't know what me or the spiritual advisor was thinking about. But it was actually Wednesday, so it is Thursday.
But it is Thursday, yeah, man.
Happy Thursday to you, spiritual advisor.
Thank you so much. Good to be here.
So, what do you have for us today from Holy Scripture?
Today we're going to go to the book of Titus, and I'm going to show you a point-out blanket statement. Producer, just excuse me. Excuse my bad studio manners, but I must move this chair a quick second so that they can see the TV screen properly. I just hope that folks, if you do call me today, that you, like Levan would say, try to make sense when you call me, because I'm going to embarrass you in a good spiritual Christian way. But I have a point-blank statement, at least one of them, and there's so many, that's going to actually refer to Jesus Christ as being the great God and Savior. Titus, chapter 2, 11-14. If your church does not teach that Jesus Christ is God, you're in the wrong church. And I'm so sorry to tell you, you're on your way to hell. You need to get out of the church quickly, because when Christ comes back, the church is the bride of Christ, and Jesus only have one bride, which is his church, which is the body of Christ. So if your church doesn't teach that Jesus Christ is God, you're in the wrong church. And I am so sorry, but you're on your way to hell. So here's Titus chapter 2. My producer laugh.
I want to know spiritual advisor got the key. I don't want him.
Listen.
I want to know who or how much. If
you deny that Jesus Christ is God, you're denying a very powerful truth from scriptures. Okay?
Wow.
So here's this writing from Titus, the book of Titus chapter 2. He says, "For the grace of God has appeared that offers salvation to all people." Don't forget to say Cedric Moss. For the grace of God has appeared that offers salvation to all people. Not a select few, Cedric, but to all people. It teaches us to say no to ungodliness and worldly passions, and to live self-controlled, upright, and godly lives in this present age. Watch this now. While we wait for the blessed hope, the appearing of the glory of our great God and Savior, Jesus Christ, who gave himself for us to redeem us from all wickedness and to purify for himself a people that are his very own, eager to do what is good. You see verse 13? While we wait for the blessed hope that Jesus Christ is going to come back again, the appearing of the glory of our great God and Savior, who? Jesus Christ, who gave himself for us to redeem us from all wickedness and to purify from himself a people that are his very own, eager to do what is good. Jesus Christ is God. Titus chapter 2, 11-14. Please don't forget, get yourself a red Bible, because if you don't have one, you'll miss this one as well. The Word of God is forever and ever blessed. Thanks so much, producer.
Thank you, spiritual advisor. Thank you very much, spiritual advisor. Spiritual advisor said he cutting keys for hell, so if you want one. Hey. Oh boy. Anyway, so on a day when, on a day when the only thing that should be in the news is the accomplishment of the Philip Brave Davis administration and the goings-on of Grand Bahama, on a day when the only thing the Progressive Liberal Party should have to be concerned about in the headlines is celebration and bottles of champagne, on a day when we should simply hear members of the cabinet come up and do what it is they did today, which is sing the praises of a man they call Brave. We are here today sharing the euphoria of the event that is the rebirth, the redirection, the redevelopment, and all of those other re's that I continue to hear them refer to in Grand Bahama, with the scatterbrained nonsense of a man that obviously enjoys the reverberation of his own voice beating against his eardrum. A man that enjoys the spoils of being a part of a governing party, albeit he merely was a no-name from a little fishing village. An electrician, I am advised, who has come into the illustrious position of chairman of a major corporation only to engage in the misfeasance and possibly malfeasance of his, or similar to that rather, of his infamous predecessor. Then that same chairman, now defunct, turns up in public spaces with the Dickensian twaddle that we heard from him about everyone in the Bahamas being related, and because of this phenomenon, there was absolutely no way to avoid nepotism in the Bahamas, and so as such, he had no problem with nepotism. Again, Dickensian twaddle. At the very best, at the very best. So on a day when the PLP should be concerned about whether or not they could drown themselves in Tattanger, or exactly how many bottles of champagne it would take in order to have reasonably wet the celebration of the sale of the Alukaya. On a day when to be a PLP, you should have nothing more to worry about except for flaunting your tail feathers in the face of Michael Pintard and saying things of celebration like I tell you all Brave could get it done. On a day when the headlines should say or read nothing more than the success of the sale of the Alukaya property. Here comes this guy to steal the thunder from the long-awaited announcement of the revival of Freeport with this drivel that I struggle to believe that anyone, including him, believes. So yesterday, at some point, someone with a camera turned it on and pointed it into the direction of the member of parliament from North Eleuthera. The same member of parliament who no longer serves as the chairman of Water and Sewage because of the scatterbrain nonsense that he went on with down there, who no longer serves as chairman of Water and Sewage and tries to justify it with the twaddle I've suggested earlier, who I believe, I mean, should have just vacated the seat. Like, he doesn't offer enough collateral to be causing this kind of mayhem. And on a day when the PLP should have had nothing else to talk about, on a day when every media house and every news channel and every radio station and every talking head in this country should have nothing more to talk about than the long-awaited sale hotel. Government-owned, I might add. $65 million plus $40 million a year, I'm advised, for a period of 4 years. I'm no mathematician. I failed the Maths PGCSE 3 times in my life, but that balances out. 40 times 4 is how much? $160 million plus the 65 we spent. $265 million. I understand the developer is about to pump $127 million into the project, which should translate into 1,700 jobs in construction and somewhere around 1,300 or 1,200 permanent jobs once the project is finished. On a day when that should be the only thing that we talk about. On a day when every Freeportian, Seagrapian, Holmes Rockian, 8 Mile Rockian, what they call themselves, I don't know, Hawksbillian, on a day when all they should have been doing was throwing confetti in the air. We are all stuck listening to this boy talk this nonsense. Please play the clip from Sylvanus Petty.
Topping news tonight, a newly enforced standard from the government is set to block aspiring business owners from opening.
Let's go to the clip of Sylvanus Petty leaving the House of Assembly on the porch of the House of Assembly, talking to reporters about where is it?
Deal with right now, so to get me in place to be the next prime minister.
Progressive Liberal Party?
Yes.
You
Hesitated, sir.
Huh?
Hesitated on that.
I was shocked by your question. That's why.
I need to ask you.
No, PLP.
So
Yes.
What do you think you bring to the table?
Well, we have to move and progress. I think there's a lot of things that we have to do. And I mean, I will reveal everything in the next 5 years, trust me. But it's going to be something that the whole Bahamas can be proud of. I guarantee you
You'll be
that.
vying for party leadership soon.
Soon.
Dickensian twaddle. That is what that amounts to. And this is exactly why I've said that you could do anything at nighttime except eat corned beef. Because if you eat corned beef at nighttime, you will end up with cold sweats and bad dreams. And somehow, Sylvanus Petty, in his wisdom, can't figure out that corned beef and night sleep don't go together. Because who in the world imagines that in 2032, Sylvanus Petty, I can't imagine what will happen to the rest of the PLP, but whoever, any political pundit anywhere in the world could calculate that in 2032 or 31, the Progressive Liberal Party's front runner for Prime Minister will be Sylvanus Petty, and that he has plans that he will unveil for us in the near future, because the Bahamas needs. What did he say? Could we play it again? Because I want to quote him. What does the Bahamas need? Because
Deal
the
with right now,
Bahamas
so
needs.
to get me in place to be the next prime minister.
Progressive Liberal Party?
Yes.
You
Hesitated, sir.
Huh?
Hesitated on that.
I was shocked by your question. That's why.
I need to ask you.
No, PLP.
So
Yes.
What do you think you bring to the table?
Well, we have to move and progress. I think there's a lot of things that we have to do. And I mean, I will reveal everything in the next 5 years, trust me. But it's going to be something that the whole Bahamas can be proud of. I guarantee you
You'll be
that.
vying for party leadership soon.
Because the Bahamas needs to move and progress.
Yeah.
And he assures us that the plan that he's coming with will be something that the whole Bahamas
To be proud of.
could be proud of.
He is a Progressive Liberal Party member.
The Progressive Liberal Party is at this very hour celebrating the sale of the Grand Lucayan Hotel that was purchased by the former administration for $65 million and then retained by the government of the Bahamas at a tune of $40 million a year. And it has now found a developer who is going to operate the property with several developers to build not just a resort, but an experience. And they're going to tie into that experience Los Angeles-like lifestyle and Las Vegas-like lifestyle. That means some sin could be involved, by the way, just in case you didn't know what that means. And on a day when the whole Bahamas, Sylvanus, could have been celebrating that, and all us could have been getting wet up with champagne, here we are discussing Sylvanus Petty and his cold night sweat dream that he is going to somehow emerge as the Prime Minister of the Commonwealth of the Bahamas come 2031. I'm not a betting man, but if I was, I would bet. I would bet my unborn children and probably my two neighbors that under no circumstance do I see that happening. And had it not been for the constitutional protection of Article 51 and 2, I would be in here railing and asking the Prime Minister to do the only reasonable and impartial thing possible if it were not constitutionally prohibited. And that would have been to call for the Prime Minister to fire this man.
He has a dream.
If I
Why?
didn't know that the Constitution says that the Deputy Speaker of the House of Assembly enjoys the... This is why Bravian fired him from being Deputy Speaker the
Yes.
first time with the nepotism nonsense. If I didn't know that the Constitution safeguards that job, I would start a one-man protest to fire Sylvanus Petty
Why?
as the... Because this man is obviously sitting...
But that's his dream.
He's off of his rockers.
Well, that's what he thinks gonna happen.
The problem with politicians in the Bahamas is they do not understand Westminster politics.
Well,
Westminster politics is a politics of allegiance. And so, if you serve in the man's cabinet, if you serve as an executive chairman in the man's government, if you serve as anything other than a backbencher,
don't come against me.
your job is to say, long live the king. That's your job. And at any point, your convictions do not align. At any point, your aspirations do not align. At any point,
You want him to keep that himself?
Huh?
You want him to keep that himself?
I want him to belch in the nighttime. When he feel the bubble in his chest and he think that is aspiration,
5 years.
he should belch because you shouldn't eat corned beef late at night. That is what I want to say.
He's not gonna tell you right now, okay? Just give him in due time.
And if he wants to go back to being an electrician, which I understand he is, because I understand that the construction field in Eleuthera is thriving, right? And maybe he wants to go and be a contractor on one of those $1 million homes that they're building down there. Then I wish there wasn't this provision in the Constitution, and we could just fire him
He's gonna
and
come
let him
back.
go back to doing that. And maybe in 5 years, I don't
coming
know,
back to be
he'd
the
come
Prime
back with
Minister.
something that would make some sense. But up to this point, the man has been nothing more than a political car crash. And I do not understand why have they not put a gag order on him?
He's coming back to be the Prime Minister.
Who asked him that? What political benefit could possibly have emerged on the day the Prime Minister flies his entire cabinet to Grand Bahama to make one of the largest announcements of his entire tenure as Prime Minister, to have a backbencher Deputy Speaker go on about his aspirations to be Prime Minister? Hogwash. And so, Mr. Prime Minister, but for the Constitution, I'd call for his head. We'll be right back after this.
This segment of Freedom March is brought to you by Modernistic Garden and Pet Supply. For top quality dog food, shop online at modernisticgarden.com or visit our Palmdale, Carmichael, and Mullet Marathon locations today.
Welcome back to Freedom March. Thank you so much for staying with us. I'm Levan Miller. Bradley Roll is with me. We're on 103.5 FM The Beat. We're on channel 224. We're on channel 112. That's Cable and Flow. We're on ILTV Studios on Facebook. And somebody asked me the other day if we're on YouTube. I've got to get that link. I'll figure out what the link call sign is and then I'll let you know. Spiritual, do you have an app?
Yes. Are your dogs hungry and tired of low-quality food? Give them the best at Modernistic. We carry all the top brands: Taste of the Wild, Diamond Naturals, Victor, Anuk at the lowest prices in town. If you're on a budget, we've got 50-pound bags starting at just $49. And for limited time, buy any large bag of dog food and get a $10 coupon redeemable on select dog toys and treats. If you can't make it in, shop online at www.modernisticgarden.com and we'll deliver right to your door. Your pet deserves quality. Your wallet deserves savings. Shop in store or shop online today. Hurry, offer won't last.
Thank you very much, spiritual advisor. And so,
Amen.
I mean, I can't understand what happens in the minds of these people. You know, they get elected to public office, spiritual advisor. No one except for the ma and maybe the children did know their name prior. All of a sudden, you elect them to public office. They come to public office on the party's good graces. And then all of a sudden, they develop, here's the word, and it is a psychological defect. They develop megalomaniacal behavior and tendencies. They develop megalomania. And somehow they become people that are greater in their heads than the people that they actually manifest as in real life. And so, on a day when we could have had just wonderful, fountains of champagne flowing everywhere, on a day when the Prime Minister, put up the picture with the Prime Minister, on a day when the Prime Minister could have had ads like this one floating around everywhere, and on a day when all you could see on all of the social media threads and all of the news threads and all of the internet spaces is quotes from the Prime Minister's speech and smiley faces and ribbon cutting and all that kind of stuff, right? On a day when largely it should have been, thank God for the PLP day here in the Bahamas, right? The only thing that actually gives me any pause about this company is that they have Wilshire in the name, and you know I scared everybody who have Wilshire in their name because they ain't nailed that one for me yet, right? But outside of that, the U.S. Charge d'Affaires was there. I think that is a good sign, particularly with the President of the United States being who the President of the United States is. I think it symbolizes America's confidence in the Bahamas. I think it also symbolizes the Bahamas' using its deuce of spade, which is the American embassy, to kind of keep the workings of this arrangement going. It was a very tight-lipped arrangement. The president of the what do they call it? Grand Bahama Port Authority. I mean, he gave an electrifying speech about his hopefulness for what this development will mean in Grand Bahama, followed by the Chamber of Commerce's president, who has said to the Prime Minister, Mr. Prime Minister, one hard job begots two hard jobs, and so the next thing that we expect from you, Mr. Prime Minister, is the airport, only for the Prime Minister to come and say, boy, listen to me, airport is a joke. Airport is on the way. And on a day when social media could have been full of memes and stickers and pictures like this one with the Prime Minister, instead, what we have on a day like today is a guy who is doing what Marco Roberts would refer to as overspouting himself. And so rather than us having all sorts of wonderful, beautiful, colorful memes and stickers like this one, we open our eyes to newspaper coverage like this one from Mr. Petty that I can't quite understand, nor do I believe he understands why this is the news. And this is what has happened when Pookie them stop getting killed, you know. When Pookie them stop getting killed, the newspapers just run out of things to put on the front page. They let these people come out and say anything, and the next thing you know, they're on the front page taking up ink. Ah, boy. So anyway, that's enough of that. I don't know how PLPs feel about it. It seems to be that everybody in the room today was very, very much in a sense of celebration. The detractors, even for the sale of the hotel, seem to have very little to detract about. I keep a good ear to the vibration of the ground in Grand Bahama, and even the rumble on the ground in Grand Bahama has said to me, boy, we've got to see what happens. But if I'm not mistaken, and there is a demolition set to take place, well, the money must be in the bank, because you can't let the fella break down your hotel if he ain't in transfer the money, eh? The fella can't blow up a single thing around here until the money then transfer. And so, if there is some demolition involved, I want to know whether or not my friends that have had their trepidations, if you will, about this being yet again another one of those instances where the developer doesn't have the wherewithal. And Ginger Moxie says he doesn't only have the wherewithal, he also has heart for the community, which was a major determining factor when the cabinet of the Bahamas decided to go with this developer. Well, I imagine that we will see that manifest over the tenure of this developer's lifestyle. But I still believe, spiritual advisor, I still believe that we need an entertainment component. And they say that entertainment will be involved, but I believe we need lusty, sultry, sinful entertainment in Grand Bahama, because that is what it will take. People will pay for their vices. People will pay any amount of money for their vices. And just how when alcohol went up to $110 a case in the pandemic, and people like me happily paid for it, I believe that people will go into Grand Bahama, and if vices are there, they will continue to pay for it. Just as people jump on these boats every naked and afraid, or stranded naked, or poker run, and they spend copious amounts of money going into Exuma or Berry Island for their own lusty desires. If you create the lust, the men with appetite for lust will pay for it. And that is what I believe will revamp Freeport. But I also believe that the president of the Freeport Chamber of Commerce is also correct. And that one development is not enough. I actually believe, right? Chester Cooper, this one is for you. Or Michael Bentrat. Let me talk to Michael, because he steals my ideas and put them on flyers. So I want him. Michael Bentrat, here's one for you. All you got to do now is put out a flyer and say, hotels won't save Grand Bahama because they didn't save Grand Bahama before. And if hotels could save Grand Bahama alone, then why is the Princess closed? And why is Xanadu Beach closed? Because ain't no hurricane break that up. That closed because of bad business, right? And then you'd be able to say, I'm making sure I hide my mouth so the PLP don't see it. That's for you, Michael. And then you could say, if we become the government, we will get into talks with Walmart. And we will cause there to be constructed a Walmart on the corner of 8 Mile Rock and Queens Highway. That ain't Queens Highway, what that is? You know the road I mean. Is that J. Lavardi? That's the one. So on the entrance of 8 Mile Rock, this for you, Michael, we will construct or cause to be constructed a Walmart. We will invite all of the businesses that are a part of the Grand Bahama Chamber of Commerce to become shareholders. The government will hold a share, the people of the Bahamas will hold a share, and quite naturally, the Walt family will be the primary shareholder in our Walmart. And then, we will cause there to be small business development. Michael, I'm helping you with your speech. That will cause there to be more shipping companies coming out of Grand Bahama. And Grand Bahama will now become the new brand store distribution center for the Bahamas. No longer will you have to worry about clearing to U.S. Customs. Bahamians in Exuma, no longer will you have to worry about flying into Nassau. Bahamians, no longer will you have to worry about putting your money, your stuff on them other people's boat. Would it take long and let you stand in the sun to clear it, only to put it back on a mailboat? If you elect me, I intend to ensure that when you go online and you buy brand names, we will have them come out of Grand Bahama for you. They will come on a Bahamian mailboat, and we will have them delivered to your family island. Michael Benton, this is the only way for you to win. Now, I would regret saying that, so I hope you write all that down. And if they're able to put a brand, what do you call that thing? Supplier. So it have to be Walmart, because it can't be nothing smaller than that. You take a big Walmart, you build it right on the corner of 8 Mile Rock and J. Lavarity. And now the whole of West End, the whole 8 Mile Rock, all these Seagrapians and people like that will have something that stimulates their economy, that adds some life to their economy. Bahamians like me, who like to go to Freeport all the time because I don't really care about going to Miami. And I could go to Freeport, and I could shop in the aisles, and I could put my stuff on the boat if I don't want to bring them on the plane. And I could bring them on Bahamas here, who ain't control my stuff in the garbage. And boom, just like that, people like me stimulating, because I don't want to go for the sin. I ain't into too much of sinfulness like from the church you go out. I'd like to just go, get some deodorant, maybe some tires. What else just buy from Walmart, Spiritual Advisor? I'd like to buy some, what do I just buy from Walmart, Spiritual Advisor?
Everything you can think about.
Yeah. You don't like this idea? You typing it down, Michael?
Yes.
Okay, well, Michael, the Spiritual Advisor, typing it down for you. So Michael, that's the only thing we're gonna save you. I hide in my mouth because I don't want the PLP to see. And maybe that'll save you. So since the only reason I'm using this in the FNA is because we ain't got nobody to type our things on flyer yet. So since I ain't got none of them, I will give this one to you. Because other than that, the FNM is gonna have a tough time. And outside of the fact that this boy, Sylvanus Petty, oh boy, do not, write this down if you're at home. Do not eat corned beef past 6:30 p.m. Other than that, you'll have cold sweats and nightmares, and you'll end up like this fella here, who just is talk out of his head. All right? Good. So, big party in Freeport tonight. The only thing I can think about to be mad about is that nobody in this whole government invite me. I don't know, Spiritual Advisor. Me and you must eat chop chicken liver. We ain't got no friends in the whole of the cabinet that wanted to take us with them to go cut ribbon and drink wine and eat shrimp.
Well, quite frankly, you have a more important job to do for the PLP.
For the who?
And that is to make sure that everybody understands their mission.
For the who?
You're not.
Play my song.
You're not. You're not an FNA.
Producer, play my song. You're right. I'm not an FNM. Producer, play my song.
You're not an FNA.
You don't get to tell me who I is. You producer, you play my song.
Cause we don't play. Come go this way and vote for the FNA. We are the FNA because we don't play. Take the FNM, we ain't one of them. And the PLP is a gangster party. The COI is a party made up by just one guy. So if you wanna go all the way, come go with the FNA. We are the FNA because we don't play. Come go this way and vote for when they shout PLP, just say no way. You're going with us in the FNA. The FNM done lost their way, and we don't play, we vote in FNA. The COI have a plan, they say, but the best plan is to go with the FNA. We are the FNA because we don't play.
And so, Spiritual Advisor, you don't get to tell me nothing about being a PLP and what the PLP. I am an FNA.
You have a more important job to do.
I am an FNA.
While they're partying.
I am an FNA. Not a PLP.
Why?
And I try to be a FNM, but all ladies do is thief my ideas and put it on the poster. None of them call me. So I definitely can't be none of them. Tanya in there, Papa in there. What would I be going over there to do? So I can't be none of them. I can't be a grammatically incorrect coalition of independent. That don't make no sense. So the only thing I have to do now, spiritual advisor, is start my own party.
Anyhow.
And I get to be an FNA. And if you feel free, you could join me to be another FNA. And then, why not?
I'm going to stick with the FNM, man.
Oh, boy. Spiritual advisor. The
party, don't forget now.
Spiritual advisor. If
the
you
FNA and COI and whatever kind of I.
You can't compare me to the COI because the COI
they all have
is
no base.
grammatically incorrect.
The FNA and
what
the
you
COI,
mean?
There's no base.
We could teach minutes.
There's only two major bases in the country.
We could teach minutes, and then we
if
got
you're not
minutes.
TLP, you're FNM.
You remember Brother Jack say that Penland told him that him and Rodney was doing such a good job building a base, and he told, who did he say he tell? He said he tell somebody, boy, if you all to keep us in that party, you all would have had the base me and Rodney had. So I learned from Brother Jack. So what I'm gonna do is we're gonna teach Hubert Minnis, and we're gonna have Minnis's base, right? And then we can teach Brand, and we can have Brand base. And there's cousins, they ain't gonna leave one another. And then I don't want to be the leader, so I can let Lincoln lead. And now we have a real party with a real name, the FNA, because you can't be COI. That is not grammatically correct. So you please don't call me a PLP. All right? You could call me plenty of things. You could call me Church of God, yes. Choice boy, yes. A boy from Minnie Street, absolutely. Angliston boy, Angliston massive, strong in the building. Sometimes a Baptist, like not Tingham them kind though. You know which Baptist I want to be like.
Which man?
Tingham them. I'm not doing that.
Which Baptist?
I have some Baptists I don't want to be like.
Okay.
Right? So some Baptists I ain't associated with them. But it's a kind of a Baptist. Is that okay? But you can't say on TV as a PLP because then people can believe you.
But you are.
I just told you what I is. I just told you what I is. Oh boy. Anyway, I also see the Department of Physical Planning has taken a bit of odds with the proliferation of liquor stores throughout the island. Spiritual advisor.
There are quite a bit of them.
And I want to say, I agree with them. So let's see what the Department of Physical Planning had to say about these bunch of liquor stores, and then I'll tell you what I have to say. And then let's open up the phone lines, eh?
Yeah.
Good stuff. All right, let's go to the clip from the Department of Physical Planning.
Topping news tonight, a newly enforced standard from the government is set to block aspiring business owners from opening up liquor stores near churches, schools, or even other licensed establishments. In a statement issued moments ago, the Department of Physical Planning confirmed that it will not approve any liquor license applications within 700 feet of schools, churches, or existing liquor selling businesses. And while that guideline was never officially on the books, officials say it's now a formal position, one that will guide all future decisions. We spoke to Chairman of the Town Planning Committee, Keenan Johnson, who says the measure comes in response to a recent red flag involving a proposed location that raised some serious concern. Now, Johnson says the decision is years in the making and comes amid growing public pushback against the rise of liquor stores in residential and school zones.
There has been a huge uptick in requests for business licenses attaching a liquor license to it. And so in continuing to have those requests come to the committee, we found in many instances that persons were unaware of the policy that was in place that was guiding the refusals through the business license portal. And so after having discussions with members in the various communities, different interagency discussions, the committee made a decision that it was best to ensure that the community is aware of different policies that guide them in making decisions, so that when they make an application, they're making an application with full awareness and full transparency as to what may guide a potential refusal.
Well, as for those businesses that were already issued licenses, Johnson breaks down the way forward to ensure the new policies are followed.
So we're well aware that business licenses have been issued with a liquor license attached that have already been, close to any of these establishments or within the 700 feet. They already have a a valid business license, and so they can continue to operate under that license. And so this is really just to sort of limit and prevent moving forward any future instances of those situations where we may have those licenses attached or close to those particular types of establishment. Persons were certainly fond of it. I think there's been an outcry to ensure that whatever policies we implement in terms of whether it's building or whether it's licenses that are being issued, that we take into consideration certain social ills. And so we've certainly had these discussions with other agencies. We've had discussions with different community leaders and representatives, political representatives in terms of MPs. And that caused us not just to have the policy, but also ensure that we educate the public on what the policy is and why the policy came about.
And so you hear that 700 feet, they plan to make sure you can open up a liquor store within 700 feet of a school or a church, or get this, another liquor store. And you know that they've seen a proliferation of people attaching the liquor license to their business license, la da da da. You listen to the interview. Well, Mr. Johnson, Keenan Johnson, I think attorney at law, I absolutely agree with you. I mean, I support that position with all of my might. Now, here is my suggestion. I would like for you to start with the Chinese them. Because I don't understand how much more Chinese liquor store I can need anywhere along the length or breadth of East Street. From the break of East Street Hill, man, until you get to the last corner that could take you off of East Street successfully, Cowpen Road or Zion Boulevard, whatever you want to call it, right?
They're there.
Every 50 feet. So much so that they're looking into one another depending on where you are on East Street. And if East Street ain't bad enough, because you might say that's the main road, so you don't want to take them off there, then could you start on Robinson Road, because you got Chinese bar almost looking into one another on Robinson Road as well. And so I completely agree with you. Let's start with the Chinese liquor store them. Let's start on East Street and Robinson Road. See, town planning, I believe y'all was blind for 7 years. Well, I'm so happy that y'all have seen the light. And whoever is responsible for this, I can't use that English word, that's a horrible one. But this quagmire that y'all have created on East Street and Robinson Road, I'm very happy that y'all have now found redemption and want to fix this. So I suspect that when Tingham them sign up for new liquor license come January, y'all should have to impose the rules. And I hope we ain't gonna say, oh, well, they already had it. Because I feel like y'all has adjust the rules for Bahamians. So that's thing number one. Thing number two is, I believe that because of the proliferation of the Chinese liquor stores, we have seen the obliteration of the middle class liquor store owning Bahamians. Do you remember that the Camp family was a good, decent, wholesome middle class family that made their money off of liquor stores?
All right.
You remember Gully them? Gully them was good, middle class income earning people that made their living off of liquor stores. You remember Sid? Sid was a good, decent, middle income earning family that made their earning off of liquor stores. But you've watched all of those businesses that I've just named, owned by Bahamians, kind of just fold into themselves.
But you must ask yourself why.
Because the Chinese could sell the liquor for cheaper.
And how does the Chinese get their funding?
Hey, I don't know. Maybe like manna from heaven. What I'm saying to you, spiritual advisor, is we have to fix that first. And then, when we're done fixing the Chinese them, I have another job that I want the DPP, let me call them the Department of Physical Planning, because DPP means something else in my mind. I want the Department of Physical Planning to go and undertake to shut down some of these storefront church. Because what I believe what they're doing to the rental market is killing it. And you had this church for 22 years, and you still only have 6 people in here, and that's if we count you and your wife.
And the children.
And your 3 children.
Yeah. So
and the one random fella that is drifting here every Sunday when he recovers from his hangover and feel like he needs Jesus, right? Go back to the church you come out of. God didn't call you. I could tell you. Just look, it ain't you. Signs and wonders shall follow those that believe. you even ain't got no stop sign on the corner where your church is. So it ain't you. You go right back into the church that you come out of. Because while you govern this thing, you can't let there be a perversion of this thing. You can't just let any guy decide that he feel like God tell him to lead these 6 people. So I want you all.
No, you're treading dangerous ground.
I say he can't lead the people and be their religious leader. I say, and don't give them no town planning permit. That's what I say.
To build their buildings.
To build their building. And also, I want the government to stop giving out land to these churches like they doing on Cowpen, like they doing on Gladstone, and now you got one bunch of church string up like lobsters on a cord or like Christmas lights.
Yeah, on Marshall Road too.
It is an absolute bastardization of the process. And I think physical planning should address that while they're addressing the liquor store thing. Because just so I don't want 2 bars looking at each other, I don't want 2 churches looking inside each other. We'll be back.
Okay.
Welcome back to Freedom March. Thank you so much for staying with us through the break. So I didn't run on. What all I cursed out Sylvanus Petty. Who else I cursed out? I didn't curse out anybody else. I said congratulations to Prime Minister Philip Davis and the PLP on finally getting the Grand Lucayan sale. To Keenan Johnson. Keenan Johnson, go shut down some of these storefronts. It ain't no way all of these Negroes hearing from God unless God is stammer. Because I can't see if 6 church on the same road. Ain't no way God talk to all of them in the same day, man. Come on, God have the war in Ukraine to worry about as well, you know. You think God got time to really talk to 6 church in the same plaza? That didn't make sense to me. All right? But that is behind us now. We've been to the break. I didn't cool off. And they bring me big-time company, BTC, in here this afternoon to talk to you all about what's going on with BTC this summer and what all the people who with the Bigger Better Network need to do in order to stay engaged this summer and how to make sure that they don't have any interruptions this summer. And so Stacy is with me from BTC. Stacy, good afternoon. Welcome to Freedom March.
Good afternoon. Thank you for having me.
So what's happening at BTC? Tell me so that the people can know.
So let's start first. First, we're going to talk about our voicemail platform.
Okay.
As of tomorrow, we are transitioning to a better, more improved, user-friendly platform.
Okay.
So if you have, sadly, if you had messages that were saved, you will lose those.
You mean now by voice message, you mean
More on your
thank
mobile
you for
device.
calling 392-6666.
On your
Please.
mobile device.
I'm saying now,
Yes.
so on your mobile device. I don't know what people's phone number. Okay, thank you for calling 454-6666. You've reached the voicemail of Joe Blogs. Please leave them. You mean that?
Yes, that.
So are people gonna still be able to like leave? You remember back in the 90s, we used to go. You play 30 seconds of Keith Sweat, right?
Nobody
Then-
does that anymore.
No, and then you say, "Hi, thank you for calling the phone of Levan Miller. I'm unavailable at this moment, but if you leave a name, a number, and a brief message, we'll be sure to get back to you." People still doing that?
I think some people still do that.
They still
but
play in the
some
30
people
second
still do
Keith
that.
Sweat?
Some people, but very few people
Okay,
do that.
all
Yeah,
right, go
because
on.
people like things that are fast. Like you want to leave a message quickly, and then I think that with WhatsApp, it's allowed persons to just send a voice note instead of
Right.
leaving a message.
Right.
But there are many persons, particularly business persons who are entrepreneurs
Okay.
and older folks too. They
Right.
still like the voicemail.
Right.
So we're not going to take that away from them. So we just want to let you know that as of the 16th, which is tomorrow,
Okay.
a new platform is being introduced.
Good.
So if you're having any issue with, let's say, not remembering your password or wanting to reset, you can just give us a call at Call BTC, which
Call
is
BTC.
225-5282, and we'll assist you with that. So you
Okay.
can send us a WhatsApp or you can give us a call.
Okay.
But we want to make sure that you don't have any issues.
Is that a 24-hour number?
That is a 24-hour number.
A human is be there 24 hours?
I ain't got nothing to say.
You can call the number 24 hours.
But you
Sometimes
can
it's a
send a
human.
WhatsApp. You can send a WhatsApp.
Sometimes it's kind of a human.
But who could be up 24 hours though?
I don't know, but let me tell you what I just do. When I call BTC, right, I don't like talking to machines, right? So when I call BTC, because I am with the Bigger Better Network, when they ask, are you calling about a cell phone? I say, I want to talk to a human. Are you calling about I want to talk to a human? I know the machine's so mad at me. If you having a problem with disconnections, press 1. No, I want to talk to a human.
And you're just repeating that over and
And then
over.
eventually a human comes to the phone.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
So I just teach you all the secret. Okay, so you call 225-5282. You tell them, hey, I want to reset my password.
If you need to, yes.
If you need to.
They'll assist you.
Right? They reset the password for you. Do you need to like hang up, or is it something you could actually do right there on the phone while they're on the phone?
You should be able to do it while you're there on the phone. But I'll tell you this: with our new improved voicemail service now that we're going to be offering, you can check your messages from any device.
Oh, well,
Yes.
well see, now I know how. See, but what
Okay,
if,
so let's just say you left your phone at home, because you know a lot of persons have 2 phones. So,
okay.
Right. So let's
That's
say you
the
left
people who
one
ain't
at
saved.
home.
Go on.
I ain't going there. But let's say you left one at home, and that's, let's say, your business phone that you know a lot of your
Okay.
clients call you on.
Sure.
You have your personal phone, but you want to check your message because you were expecting some messages. So you can actually use the other phone to call in and check that. Now, I want to say this as well. We do have, because we know there are persons with a lot of questions as it relates to how this is going to work.
Right.
So we've put on our website a list of frequently asked questions
Okay.
just to walk you through helping you with that process. So
Okay.
it's not a difficult process, but we just want persons to know that if you do have questions, we have some questions and answers there that will help you transition.
Now I have to ask you this question because not all of my friends are saved. So I think instantly about my unsaved friends. I'm from the Church of God. You don't have to worry about me. We are the standard of holiness, right? But what if soft fans know the code for the voice message? How am I supposed to stop Huh? From listening.
So how Soft Hands got your password?
Now
see, let me say this. It's not going to be where anyone can call us and say, reset my password. It doesn't work like that. You do have to prove, and anyone who has done business with BTC and you've called us, we do our due diligence in making sure that we're talking to the person who we think we're talking to.
You always ask this Soft Hands? You always ask that?
Yes, we're going to ask that.
Good, okay.
We're going to ask that. Yeah.
And then you give me my password. I'll be able to put it on my new
We won't give you a password, but we'll be able to reset it for you. Yes,
right? And I'll put it on. Don't tell it to Soft Hands.
No.
Okay, so Soft Hands, you can't know the password. And then I'll be able to check my voice message from anywhere else other than just this device. Fantastic. Okay, tell us more about this new and improved voice message.
Well, I mean, that's basically it for the voice mail services. So it starts as it kicks in tomorrow. Now, some persons might have been having some problems accessing their voicemail in the last couple of days. So this now, as of tomorrow, you will now transition to the upgraded platform. So you would be able to check, set up your voicemail, make sure that you get your messages, and you're good to go.
Okay.
So it's a very straightforward process.
Now, as big time as I know BTC to be, I know you ain't come here with one thing. I mean, you'll have to come here with something else.
Yes.
What else you got?
Okay, so we also want to remind all of our BTC customers, whether you are postpaid or prepaid.
That's me.
Okay, to get your new VoLTE SIM card. Now, I don't want to say we're transitioning. No, it's not that. But there are persons who would not have had a new SIM in the last 2 years. So the new SIM card allows you to have better phone services as it relates to your battery not dying as quickly.
Really?
Being able to have crystal clear calling. There's a lot of features. Sometimes people say, I don't know, but my phone ain't working properly, and they think it's the device. Sometimes it's not the device. It's simply upgrading your SIM card.
Really?
Now, it's no cost to you at all. It's free. And it's nationwide, so you can do it at any of our BTC locations, whether you are in New Providence, whether you are in any of the Family Islands. Just go into the BTC. If you see us on the side of the road and we're doing a pop-up, they can do it for you as well.
So how do you know? Okay, like for instance, let's just say, I ain't really sure. I feel like my SIM card new. I may have caught one of the BTC things, because you all do so many things. I might be like 2 years and 1 day, so I really know. Is there a way that you could check it yourself, or you just recommend that people, if they're in the area, pop by a BTC and have the BTC techs check it out?
Well, okay, so there are two things I should say. First of all, your phone needs to be VoLTE. It needs to be VoLTE ready. In terms of some devices, the older devices you find will not be VoLTE
you
ready.
Mean the bubble of them?
Yes.
So
some
if you
of
have a
those might
bubbler, then it may mean you. Who else you mean?
Okay, and then once your device is compatible with VoLTE, so if you notice on my device, you see it says LTE.
LTE.
Right, so it should be saying LTE at the very top. Now, if you're saying
LTE.
2G, or isn't that a new phone though?
No, man. I want you to bring me one new phone now. I wasn't going to show the people my phone break up on the TV. You see all the breakupness? Man, you can let me look like this?
I think you was looking quite fine.
BTC, when they tell me BTC coming, I say,
excited.
Look how Jesus has answered my prayer.
Look at God.
And then she come in here, she even didn't bring one bag. I don't know. You need to bag them outside.
Yeah, outside.
Okay, all right. Okay, good.
But once you, so some devices would say 2G, 3G, but you want to make sure that it says VoLTE.
Okay.
Or I should say LTE should be at the very top.
Okay.
So which means that you're ready to go. Now, if it's not saying LTE, I should say, and you have to take it in, it's really a quick process. It's not that you have to take your whole lunch break. So you just stop into any of our locations. We're on Prince Charles, Cable Beach, downtown, Southwest, the Mullet Marathon. That's in New Providence. And then, of course, the Family Island residents, they will know where their neighborhood BTC is. Just pop in. They will switch it out for you. There's no cost to you whatsoever. In addition to that, they will check. So they'll make sure that we go into settings and you're actually on VoLTE as well. So your device needs to be able to accommodate,
so
I should say.
You can't have a bubbler. What else? You
Look
gotta go to your BTC.
Yes.
I'm trying to help these people out.
Yes.
You gotta go to BTC. The BTC technician could check to see.
Not a technician. Any of the sales
BTC
reps.
salespeople.
Yes.
We call everybody who can fix your cell phone a technician.
Yes.
Okay.
But see, it's not that high tech, so you don't need anyone in the store would be able to change it for you.
Yeah, but you know, like how when I was on the Defense Force, right? I was a Marine seaman.
Okay.
But anytime I put on my tunic, my grandma used to tell people I in charge of the force, and all I was a Marine seaman. Yeah, no, this is true story. Every time I put on, you know, the tunic is the logo. And once I put my tunic on, I used to hear
Because you look so official,
she
you know?
said, Gally, this big thing up there. Boy, he in charge up there now. And if she only know I was one...
I sure you were not.
One name from the bottom. So Bahamians like to give people big time title. That's the point I'm making.
Yes.
So for the purpose of this exercise, we could just call the sales people in BTC Tech.
Okay.
So the BTC Tech, they take your phone, and then they can look to the top of your phone for the thing LTE. And as long as your phone say LTE, that's how you can confirm that you don't have no bubbler. Then they can check the SIM, yes? If your SIM is still a bubbler SIM, they're gonna take that out of there. Then they're gonna put a new LTE SIM in, correct?
Yes, correct.
And when they put it in your phone, man, alakazam, your phone should get faster, more reliable, more clarification, or more clear signal, clearer than you've ever heard it before. It's gonna be unparalleled, right?
Now, I also want to say that persons who travel a lot, you definitely need to get your SIM card upgraded if you haven't, because once you get to the United States or Canada, you don't want to have any issues with your roaming.
Okay.
So you want to be able to do that now before you get into planning your summer vacation and traveling, and then you don't remember and you get there and you say, oh, I can't connect, there's a problem. So we want you to do that ahead of time.
Okay, you want me to translate that for them too? Okay, so if you go on...
So there's a translation for everything?
Yes, okay. See, because if I let you tell it to them in BTC language, they can say, I understand what that woman say.
Okay.
So after we then check, see if your phone is a bubbler, and we determine that it ain't no bubbler, have no fear. You know how you like to take them bunch of trip to Miami? Good. In order to go to Miami, you need to make sure you go see Stacy them. Stacy them could give you the new Could Wake in Miami chip. You with me? Good. Now, here's the secret. If you plan to sneak and leave soft hands and carry sweet cheeks with you, this is a good way to say, baby, I know what happened to this phone. This phone don't wake. But if you plan to go to Miami and be a wholesome family man.
Like yourself?
I from the Church of God. The only thing I know how to be is wholesome. Right? You go see Stacy them. You go see Stacy them. You let Stacy them give you the Could Wake in Miami chip. They're going to, how long? It could take 3 minutes, 5 minutes?
Let's say 10 minutes.
10 minutes. Come on. 10 minutes, right? You go by Stacy them, you take 10 minutes. Stacy them can put the chip in your phone and bingo, now you could use your phone in Miami. I translated it for them. Go on.
Yes, very good. So it's that simple. We really want everyone to get their new VoLTE SIM. I'd say we want before August, I would say.
Before August?
Yeah, so you have a lot of time. So, you know, we don't want you to wait until the last minute. And there's a lot of opportunities for you to get it. So stop by any BTC location. If you see us, and, you know, I'll tell you this too. We have been talking to some businesses because we understand that a lot of Bahamians, you have your school pickup to do.
Right.
And so you aren't trying to even come to BTC to see us, right? And so we understand that. So we'll be doing some pop-ups at some businesses, at the banks, the food stores, where persons, you know, if it's a Saturday and you're out and about, or you're, let's say, patronizing a certain business through the week.
You want to come to the Arawaki?
Yeah, we could do that.
I get Jomo, please let BTC come to the Arawaki. Don't worry, Jomo can say yes.
Okay. So we want to provide convenience.
Okay.
Because think about it, like you can just do, it's a quick process, but if I can do it, let's say, for example, if I go to National Insurance, if I go to Super Value, I go, you know what I mean? You don't feel it. Versus like having the park, come out and just come into the store for that one thing. So
I should go by a couple water and hole too, because like if I go to the water and hole, I had the water and hole. I there for an hour, right? Because you know that's where I go.
And so you won't mind.
That's where I go to hand out my pamphlets and tracts.
Okay.
Right? Because I need to make sure all these fellas going in the right direction.
Okay.
So while I there handing out my pamphlets, I can say, Stacy, check this phone out. Don't mind the crack on the screen. You just check out the SIM card, and I can sit here and hand out pamphlets for an hour, and you could. So that's why y'all have to definitely go to a water and hole or do as well.
Okay, we'll definitely consider that.
George, you said that George should bring me on as a consultant.
I like that.
Ah, boy. And translator. So consultant and translator. Okay, so tell me what else we got going on.
Okay, so this weekend, every Friday and Saturday for the month of May, we've been doing our flash sales. So someone like yourself who need a new device, we have devices as low as $169. See, there you go,
You see that? Look at it. Look at
$169.
that. You think God happy with this? God ain't happy with that. We gotta fix that.
So we do have our flash sales that are going on every weekend for the rest of the month. So you have a few you can still catch.
$109 you said.
$169.
106, that's a bubbler?
Yes. That's not a bubbler.
That's a bubbler.
No, that's
Okay.
not a bubbler. You know,
It's a non-bubbler. Okay, let me translate. They have non-bubblers for sale starting as low as $169. What else y'all got?
we also, if you're porting in, we do have a device for $89. So we have a lot of devices on special. If you're signing up for a postpaid plan, the Exuma postpaid plan, you can get the iPhone 15 for just $599. So
Okay.
that's a very good deal.
Want me to translate that too?
Yes, translate that.
If you sick and tired of them other people, because you just sick and tired of them because they don't make no sense, don't worry about that. Have no fear. Stacy is here. You just walk right over to BTC, and all you have to say is, BTC, I sick of them. And BTC is going to welcome you with open arms. You're going to walk right inside. When you go inside, BTC can say, listen, we ain't just switching your phone company. We can switch your phone too. Here's a wonderful phone for cheaper than you can find it anywhere in the world. Thank you for coming to BTC. See how I translate that for you? Let's keep going. What else?
Now, you ready for this one? Because this could require a lot of
Okay, keep
translating.
going.
Okay. So on Saturday,
Saturday.
we are having a loyalty customer event.
Wow.
So, you know, we have BTC customers that have been with us for a very long time. And they'll always tell you, like, I've been a BTC customer for ages. And I'll tell you this. So 12 noon, we'll be right across from IHOP. The Mall at Marathon, you know, there's that grassy area.
Where they
We'll
say
be
they
right
can go
there.
to the church.
Yes. So we will be there starting at 12 noon. This loyalty event, I think we've thought of everything to make sure that everyone is accommodated.
Wow.
So we have the Bahamas Kidney Association. They will be doing screening for us. So you can get your high blood pressure check, glucose, as well as your sugar. We also have demonstrations by the Royal Bahamas Fire Services.
They ain't gonna be busy over the
K9
fire.
unit. I ain't going there with you. K9 unit. We
Stacey, we
also
need the
have
fireman
traffic
them.
and mobile. Okay.
Okay.
Then also the Urban Renewal Band will be performing as well.
Okay.
We have partnered with the market at Gladstone Road.
Okay.
So they will be there as well. So you can come and get your Cat Island flour cake.
Okay, very
There you
good.
go. And just crab and dough. We have jams, jellies, native products, you name it, we have it. So we have a lot of vendors that will be there from there. We also have some of our small business customers as well. Because, of course, you know, if you're a BTC business, small business or business customer, whenever we're having events, we like to invite them because we want them to showcase their products and services. We will have mobile gaming. So, you know, teenagers don't like to, we have bunks and castles as well, but teenagers, they like mobile gaming. So they don't want to go in the bunks and castle. So we do have mobile gaming that will be there. So you can play your Xbox, your PlayStation bar. That's going to be provided by Beyond Gaming.
I thought you just mean an island luck when you say mobile.
Oh my God.
So keep going.
Didn't I say the teenagers?
Okay. That's what reeled me back in. At first, I said, Sebastian got mobile gaming now. That's what I say. Keep going.
Okay, so what else we have? So, of course, you know, we'll have food, we'll have refreshments for you. We have cotton candy. See, I know this one ain't for you, but we have cotton candy. We have popcorn. We have ice cream.
I
Ice
used to
cream
date a
all
girl
day.
named Cotton Candy. Keep
You
going.
did? Okay.
It ain't her y'all bringing no day.
No, it's not.
Okay, keep going.
We have a petting zoo.
Okay.
That's right. We have a petting zoo. So I
I
wanted
dated a girl who one time looked like she was from a petting zoo. Keep going.
Now, if you, I'll say this too, for all of our BTC customers that have been going to the Mall at Marathon this week, you would have received a voucher for a free Fusion movie ticket that you can redeem on Saturday.
Wow.
So if you have your voucher, please don't lose it. Just come on out and just turn in your voucher and we'll give you a free Fusion movie ticket once you get there. So any transaction you did, and it continues for the rest of the week. So if you go to the mall, well, they close at 6. So you do have like 30 minutes to get there. But if you go to the mall today, tomorrow is Friday, you can get your voucher for your free Fusion movie ticket. And we
Okay.
want to see you on Saturday. And see, if you come on Saturday, listen, just bring a chair, have some fun with us. We'll have bingo, we'll have hoopla, lots of stuff. You can bring the kids, let them run around, have a fantastic time with us. But I want to say that for us, we always look for ways that we can show our appreciation to our customers, because we know that you could have gone somewhere else and you stayed with us, and we do appreciate that.
Okay, so let me translate that now.
Yes, translate.
Okay. Where my camera? If you like me, who been with BTC all of my life, my number, let me show you how you know. This is how you know I don't bull skate around. My prefix is 376.
Well, that's an old number.
What I tell you? And unless you have a 454 or a 457, don't talk to me. Because I been BTC all the way from the beginning. Me and the judge them got the same prefix. So if you have a judge phone number, me and you come to BTC on Saturday. You say Saturday because you say Saturday. That just sounds so. I can't even say it like that. Saturday. Could you say Saturday?
Saturday, May 17th.
No, say Saturday.
Saturday.
Good. I want you to come Saturday. We're gonna have cotton candy, not the one I used to talk to. Some petting zoo. What else we got?
Ice cream.
Ice cream. What else?
Popcorn.
Popcorn. You gotta whisper these things in my ear. We gotta have Cat Island flour cake.
Andres crab and dough.
Yeah. What else? You can bring your
Jams,
fusion
jellies.
tickets, jam, jelly. These children that y'all don't want to be in the house with, don't worry. BTC can watch them for y'all. They can bring gaming out there. And don't worry, because even though it ain't portable, if you come to put your number in, Island lock right in the front. So you can do that and then bring the children. Right? And then y'all having devices and ain't go there for sale too?
Yes. So we will
All kind
have
of device.
devices. We will have, because remember now, we have our flash sale that's going on.
Okay.
So you can take advantage of that.
Okay.
And I'll tell you this, if you purchase one of the flash sale devices and you activate a prepaid combo plan at $15, we are entering your mom in to win a glamour experience. So
We got
which
things
means,
for your mom. So let me translate as we go. Listen to me, man. Don't fool with them other people. They offer you anything for your mom? No, they didn't. BTC say if you come with them Saturday, they will give you something for your mom and all. Yes?
Yes.
Good. What else we giving away?
So you can also get your Volte eSIM on Saturday as well.
Okay.
So see, you could kill two birds with one stone. So you can come out there, pull up a chair, have a great time with us, get your Volte eSIM change. Also, what else? If you sign up for a postpaid plan, so let's say you're a BTC fiber customer, and fiber means you have residential service with us, or you have your internet with us, you can sign up for a postpaid plan of just $64.99.
Wow.
You can do that on site, and we're giving you a $200 Bahamas Air voucher.
If you have internet home,
Yes, with us.
and you say, man, that internet home, this works so good.
Yes.
The cheapest I just stop fooling around and go all the way with BTC.
And get a postpaid plan.
They could give you the postpaid plan. How much it can cost?
It costs, you're signing up for $64.99. But because you're signing up with us, we are going to take $10 off your bill every month.
For how long?
Forever.
Well, Jesus wept. Listen, $64 and how much? 99 cents? 99 cents. And every month when the time for the $64 come
take
back
off $10.
around, it even ain't gonna be $64. It could be $54.99.
And
that even ain't enough to buy a case of beer.
I got more.
You got more things than this?
Yes. And you get a $200 Bahamas Air voucher.
And you could go anywhere Bahamas Air that's fly. Don't mind being a little late. Bahamas Air just get you there.
Safely.
You'll have no time to spare, but they will get you there. And if you fool with BTC, right, I still helping you, Saturday, you could get ticket. You could take that. I'm trying to help you all out.
Yes,
you could take that ticket, get that to your ma, and say, boy, mommy, I was thinking about you so much. See this free Bahamas Air ticket, right? And then you could tell her, and girl, that ain't all I had for you. I also get you, what is this, a glam package?
That's
a
right.
glam package. And then your mommy can think you as good as my mommy think I is. You could be the best child your mommy got. All right?
Yes.
And overarching message is that plenty of this stuff for free. And the Negroes like free things.
Yes.
So Stacey, thank you so much for joining us here on Free.
Thank you so much for having me.
We appreciate you for coming. And tell BTC I need one phone, man. Look at that. Oh, my
So
God.
we'll see you on
Oh,
Saturday?
my God. I can
I
try.
think we're going to see you on Saturday.
All right, we'll be back after this.
Come visit us at Shop Smart, 'cause everything is here.
Yes, we have it all for you. Toys, clothing, office supplies, appliances, custom cut blinds, bedding, drapes, and rugs. Come and visit us on Mackey Street, 2 blocks down from Wolf Road. Call us at 698-1052.
Shop Smart, at Shop Smart, at Shop Smart. Oh, everything is here.
Welcome back to Freedom March. Thank you so much for staying with us. I'm Levan Miller. The spiritual advisor Bradley Roll is with me. We're on 103.5 FM The Beat. We're also on channel 224 and 112. That's Cable and Flow. We're also on ILTV Studios. BTC was just in the house. Please feel free to go and check out their event on Saturday. So on Saturday coming, they could be right there in the yard next door to the mall, in the big green space where the people have the sign that say they put in the church there. That's where BTC could be. And they got all kind of free things that you could go over there and get. And if you have internet in your house already that BTC power in, you go there and you tell them, I is one of y'all internet people, and they'll give you the phone for $65. And when they give you the phone for $65, next month when you go to pay your bill, boom, like magic, your bill could be $55. And if you port from them other people, they got more free things to give you. And if you buy enough free things, they can sign your ma up. She could go get a glam set. And if you port, if you port something, they are going to also sign you up for a $200 Bahamas Air voucher. You can't mess with BTC. So go check them out Saturday coming. Tell Stacy I send you. And while you're down there, tell Stacy I need one phone too. Please, man. All right? Anyway, spiritual advisor, we got some birthday shout-outs.
We got some birthdays, and we got, one or two little housekeeping information. Okay. So let's do the birthdays.
Are we also going to announce the senator's funeral, I see?
Yeah, that's the housekeeping, yeah, of course. So happy birthday goes out to Talia Curtis. Talia Curtis is celebrating her 7th birthday. 7th birthday. It's coming from her dad. Have an amazing day. Your dad says he loves you through all eternity. Happy birthday to you, Talia Curtis. Tyra Ramin is celebrating a birthday. She's 19 years old today. Wonderful birthday greetings coming from a loving family. Awesome friends. Much love. God bless. Enjoy your day. Tyra Ramin. Keith and Kevin Benaby. These are elders from honestly, evangelist, and an elder from the Church of Christ in Harvey Park. People of God, our twins, extraordinaire, celebrating their birthday today. Happy birthday to Evangelist Keith Benaby. And also, Evangelist Keith and Kevin Benaby. Forgive me, let me do this. Good morning, people of God, our twins, extraordinaire, celebrating their birthday today. Happy birthday to Evangelist Keith Benaby, knowledgeable fellow. John the Revelator, of course. Happy birthday goes out to the boss man, Elder Kevin Benaby. We love him, miss him. May God continue to mold and shape you both in his image. Think on such things. Have a wonderful birthday, Keith and Kevin Benaby. Coming from all your family members and friends, your wives, and of course the Harvey Park Church of Christ and its leadership. Kim Thurston. Happy birthday to Kim Thurston from your husband, Mitch Thurston, and children. All the best to you. Enjoy your birthday. We hope you live to enjoy many, many more. Happy birthday to Errol Meadows, coming from his wife, Olga. So tonight is May the 15th, Swag Karaoke night. Did somebody say dollar wings and $5 shots? Yes. Happy Thursday, humans. It's your girl Mo, and the Swag Farm invites you to quench your thirst this Thursday for another night. Great drinks, food, fun. You know the vibes. Head on down to the spot. It's all about Swag night, restaurant and bar, carry-on key night. There will be drink specials, shots, and maybe even some giveaways. So come solo or bring a friend. Just make sure I see you tonight. So the Swag Karaoke night is located on Fire Trail Road West. Okay? $3 shots, $5 drinks, dollar wings. Come on down to Swag Night Thursday. And so as you're aware, the funeral arrangements and memorial service is advancing steadily for our great friend and comrade Rodney Munker. Officially, we're going to announce that the memorial service for Rodney Munker, hero of the people then, will be held this Monday, the 19th of May, 2025.
Is there a flyer?
7 p.m. Producer, are you there? So the memorial service for Rodney Munker, hero of the people then, will be held Monday coming, which is the 19th of May, 2025. It's going to be at 7 p.m. at St. Joseph Roman Catholic Church, Boyd Road, Nassau, Bahamas. For all those who can attend, it is the memorial service that's going to be this coming Monday, the 19th of May, at 7 p.m. at the St. Joseph Roman Catholic Church, which is on Boyd Road. More announcements coming, I guess, shortly about the actual funeral service, which we know will be held next week, Friday, which is May the 23rd. And I think it's going to be at St. Francis Xavier Cathedral, West Hill Street. Time and other information, of course, will be coming out soon. But the memorial service is this coming Monday, May the 19th, 2025, at 7 p.m. at St. Joseph Roman Catholic Church, Boyd Road. Thank you so much, producer. Back to you.
And while we're at it, spiritual advisor, let me add my own. Shout out to the Grove Police Station, who who partially detained me today. So I was detained down there, and I want to send a special shout out to Superintendent Speeding and, of course, Inspector Gator. And I just want to say this, spiritual advisor, the Grove Police Station is like the beacon of police stations. The professionalism, just the outright general deportment of the officers. If you are, Pookie, let me talk to Pookie. Pookie, if you are going to get locked up this weekend, I recommend the Grove Police Station. The officers are just so wonderful. They brought me in, they questioned me about some matters. They were very respectful. There wasn't any of that stuff that I hear people talk about when you talk about police stations. As a matter of fact, I want them to actually make the Grove Police Station like a test case. I almost even ain't sure if I want them fighting crime in there no more. I want them to take people on tours, right? And we do reenactments of what it should be like when you go to a police station. So you come inside, they ask, how can I help you? You tell them what your name is. They say, wow, we'd be looking for you. Come go this way with us. And they sit you in the little room, and then the superintendent comes down and he asks you questions so professionally. And if you have a question for him, he says, well, I'm asking the questions, and you answer his questions. And then, of course, he's assisted by Inspector Gator. And I just never get locked up so professional in my whole life. And so if you are considering being locked up this weekend, I want you to demand that they take you to the auspices of the Grove Police Station.
And the House of Pain.
Because nobody ever locked me up like that in my whole life. That was the best locking up I had ever had in my entire life. And it happened to me at the Grove Police Station. And so, to the superintendent, who locked me up so professionally, and to his ably assisting Inspector Gator, who assisted him in locking me up so professionally, I want to say that you all have changed my mind about being locked up. And never before in my entire life have I been locked up like that, ever. And now I want to invite all people that consider crimes to please go and let them lock you up at the Grove Police Station. And if you are on the run for a crime, listen, just turn yourself into the Grove Police Station. It is a wonderful experience once you get there, all right?
Grove Police Station.
Yeah, the best police station I ever been locked up in my whole life.
Service, but if you want comfort and air condition, then go Cable Beach.
We saved that for our big time criminals. So y'all don't follow Cable Beach. You never know. We might need to lock up with the boy that named Sigmund Freud. What he named? Him. We may need to lock him up this weekend, so y'all don't fool with too much of piling up in there. You just go right down by the Grove Station. Tell them I sent you. Tell them you heard that radio voice on Freedom March that if you want to be locked up, the Grove Police Station is certainly par excellence. And I endorse them
Indeed.
as the best police station to be arrested. Anyway, let's open up the phone lines before these people case me out. Give them the numbers, please, spiritual advisor.
Okay, 323-7775 is the number to call. 698-0775. 698-0776. The phone line's open.
I also have one more announcement, spiritual advisor. Can I get to this?
Go ahead.
The coroner's inquest, I am advised. The WIN is now telling me, spiritual advisor, I'm hearing from the WIN, and based on my advice from the WIN, I'm advised that the coroner's inquest have found that in the case of Deshaun Smith, Spider, Rashad Clark, Ryder, and Gerard Ford, dog bite, that took place on June the 13th, 2020 on Cowpen Road, concerning Inspector Alcott Forbes, Constable 3825, Courtney Hall, and Constable 3731, Kevin Greenslade. The jury has come back with a verdict that it was homicide by justifiable force. Oh, praise the Lord. So, Pookie, you hear that? If you miss and run into the team of, what they name? If you, Pookie, whatever your plans is for crime this weekend, Chantanose ain't fooling around with y'all. If you see that by any chance, Constable 3731, 3825, or Inspector Alcott Forbes tell you to stop that vehicle, Pookie, not for my sake. Pookie, for God's sake. Stop the car because they could justifiably homicide you. And you don't want to be justifiably homicide by Inspector Forbes there. Stay messing around. And come on, think about it. You want your Grammy cooking sauce this weekend? Pookie, don't fool with that. All right? Your auntie got to go bake bread. We got to go print t-shirts and things like that. Don't bother with that, Pookie. But I want to say congratulations to those officers for justifiably homiciding so well while in the execution of their duties. And that is the verdict of the coroner's court, spiritual advisor.
Welcome to Freedom March, caller. You're live.
Have you ever been justifiably homicide?
No, sir.
Oh, boy. Well, you better watch it for Inspector Forbes.
Good afternoon, sir.
Yeah, tell Devon it's time to put that brush down.
Which brush?
Devon, what's happening?
Which brush I got again?
The paintbrush.
With that yapping brush I on myself for.
Oh, boy.
That's it. Devon,
hey,
stop freaking yourself out. Your visit to Grove Police Station was prearranged. They know who you was and was coming there.
I went in I knew you would say that. I went in a disguise. They didn't know it was me.
No, sir. No, sir.
When I pull up there,
I've been locked up in before.
When I pull up there,
sir.
the superintendent say, why you here? I say, I come to see the superintendent, Sweden. He say, well, come this way. And I went into the little room. He says, yeah, how can I help you? And when I gave him my name, he just said, I have some questions for you. I mean, he locked me up so wonderfully.
Yeah, but you let that be some other than peasy head, Negro. You know, that's powerful.
Well, my head ain't peasy because I used to go to Island Connect.
Yeah, I hear about your hairstyle.
All right.
But listen, BTC done gone it.
Yeah.
Man, why you didn't know let one or two calls? Because I wasn't interested in all them LTE and BTC and EFG. I wanted to know when they could stop letting us up in the wilderness and introduce rollover minutes, man.
Rollover minutes?
Yeah, man.
All right, I got
we need rollover between them and the people across the road.
Yeah, because once your plan die, your minutes die.
Yeah.
Yeah, you spend $45 to put your plan on, and you couple days short, boom, bush crack, everything gone.
Yeah, that's something. Yeah, you're right. They're ripping off people, man.
And one more thing. I go and put my foot in my mouth the other day. I would like to say a special hello to former Inspector Yvonne Albury Ambrister. Hi, Yvonne. And to Geneva Smith of Fort Bend Castle. Because I go ahead, our friend spiritual across the road there, and I catch the moose head.
Oh, wow.
Well, I hope you ain't putting your next foot in your mouth today. You make sure you write down. I hope you ain't putting your next foot in your mouth today. You make sure you write down all the names you need to hear.
Well, the cat on the bike, so I buy that, you know what I mean? But thanks for taking my call.
Yeah, appreciate you, caller.
Okay,
right.
Let's take another one.
Welcome to Freedom March, caller. You're live.
Hey, spiritual advisor.
Yes, sir.
My friend, how are you? You like this, son? You had two days of rain, you really couldn't get no work in. I know you double work today.
The
But
grass still
listen
ready,
to
you
me,
can't cut it.
Levan.
Hey,
You trying to take Togi them little job, you getting locked up. What were you trying to do?
no, listen. Whenever His Majesty's men say that they need to have an acquaintance with you, you go and be acquainted.
Okay, but you enjoyed it. Is
It was
that the
wonderful.
station that the former press officer for the police force was in charge of?
Yes, that is.
Skipping?
Yes, Miss Skipping.
They
is-
have to do well there. She's a professional.
It was wonderful.
Oh,
If you were going to get
excellent.
locked up
She's a
this weekend,
professional lady.
if you're
You
going
can't
to get
blame her
locked
on
up, if you're getting locked up this weekend, caller, here's what I want you
No,
to do.
I ain't getting locked up.
I want you to demand that they take you to the Grove Station.
But, and tell them you asked me to request that.
Yes.
They'll treat me well.
Yes.
But listen to me. Let me ask you something about that Patty man.
Uh-huh.
He really Patty for true.
I tell you, the boys eat corned beef in the nighttime. That have to be the only way to explain this. Don't eat corned beef at nighttime.
He can't save himself a next stench in the election coming up. And he talking about he coming back to be prime minister of what?
Hey,
You don't believe him, man?
only the... Listen to me.
I
You
don't believe him.
You listening to me? You listening to
Well,
me?
you eat something like, listen to me. That young man will be something like Harkin Machu. He gone.
Well, I'll say this.
You
to
don't even remember him no more.
His name will be like a fragrance. As soon as the house is dissolved,
It's fade right away.
you will struggle to even remember what he looked like.
You struggle to remember what he looked like. You struggle to remember who was the member of parliament
And
for
only the Constitution.
Iludra.
And only the Constitution, I am advised, caller. Only the Constitution. Mama Prayer even ain't saving him at this point. Only the Constitution saving him.
You know who hurt for him though?
Who?
Mr. Mitchell. For him making a statement like that,
Yeah.
you're undermining the prime minister now.
Fred Mitchell.
You know what happened?
Fred
But they
Mitchell.
can't do that with him anyway. He might as well come join the FNA for the
We
next
ain't want
couple
him.
months.
Oh no. We ain't want him. Who else we ain't want? He can't come.
What you mean, the man in those assembly?
I ain't care. You think we want all seat of those assembly?
Y'all
Adrian
will
White
be,
can't come
even
either.
y'all and the COI will have one seat apiece.
He can't come. Adrian White can't come. We working on a list of other fellas who
What
can't
about
come.
Adrian Gibson?
He could kind of come. We could for a little bit, and then we could have to don't let him come no more.
What about Dr. Minutes?
Oh yes. Menace is going to be
Brian
leader
Williams?
of opposition. He's going to be leader of opposition business in the House of Assembly.
Who?
And Crazy Thompson.
Crazy could come. That's Menace's nephew.
Send a message.
But they say they having plenty fun up in Grand Bahama, Levan. Everything is sealed.
But the only person
The
there
deal is sealed in Grand Bahama.
The only person there and invite is me and the spiritual advisor.
So the petty man gone?
Well, I don't know, but I know one thing. Fred Mitchell should be sudsing like a white crab on the counter after he hear Petty run on with that foolishness in the news. I mean, on a day
I
when the
gotta go and
PLP...
continue listening, man.
Thank
Yeah,
you.
yeah, I'll see
On
you
a
later,
day when the PLP spiritual advisor could just be drinking bottles and bottles of
I
champagne.
don't have no faith in petty man. Okay, with man things are impossible, but with God, all things are possible.
Yeah, and I used to be the emperor of Rome. Yeah. Let's say anything. Let's just say anything on the show.
Y'all have no faith. Welcome to the Freedom March. I don't blame you, Petty. 5 years.
Oh boy.
Welcome to Freedom March, caller.
Hello.
Hi.
Yes, ma'am.
Hi, good day.
How are you?
Mr. Miller,
Hi.
you explained that you got locked up so eloquently.
It was wonderful.
I did not have that same experience.
No?
No.
Wow. Was Superintendent Smeaton there?
No.
Was Inspector Gator there?
No.
Well, you gotta go back, man. You get locked up the wrong time.
No, I can't. They traumatized me.
But listen, when you go back...
I was telling them
Uh-huh.
they locked me up for breaking an entry
Uh-huh.
and stuff because one of our church members' car get breaking and we was helping them put the tape back.
Uh-huh.
My fingerprints got put in the car.
Uh-huh.
When I gone to inquire about a traffic matter,
Yeah.
they locked me up.
In the
like I
Grove
killed
Station?
3 people.
In the Grove Station?
Yeah.
Listen, do me a favor. You
Uh-huh.
ready? You listening? I want you to do me a
Yeah.
favor. You ready?
Yeah.
Get locked up this weekend. I can tell Superintendent Sweeten, please
It's
make
a long
sure.
weekend. I can't play that.
I can tell Superintendent Sweeten, make sure they lock you up. If they lock me up professionally.
You come with the same day. Mr. Special Advisor.
Yes, ma'am.
It's me from yesterday at Restaurant Water Jet Island.
Oh.
I didn't tell you why. I do not want water in Jet Island.
You don't want what's best for your people?
Water.
You don't want what's best for your people? At least water.
Tell us.
Water should be there.
Spiritual advisor ain't never been together.
I
Let
don't
me listen to
want
them.
EPL, water and food. I didn't want cable.
You
Wow.
don't live behind
These
the rock.
bills are killing us.
The
Wow. She said the
Yeah,
bill's killing
these
them.
bills
Wow.
need to go solar.
Wow.
I deal with the well and get treated.
Wow.
Well, they're getting ready. The government getting ready to tax the well, eh?
Oh, wow. Pop.
You don't listen to spiritual advisor.
That's
Jacks,
what I'm gonna make.
Nicholas
Alright.
Jacks will march on them if they try that.
They're getting ready to tax the well.
Finland try that, Nicholas Jacks march. And I can tell you one thing, if Jacks marching, I can march behind Jacks. Because if they lock in Jacks, if they lock you up, they gonna have to carry me too. And I
Well, that's
demand,
my last name, Jack.
and I demand that they take us to the Grove Police Station. That's what I demand.
Use a Jacks?
Yes, I am.
Upali Creole?
Pete.
Okay.
You from Cat
Yeah, you
Island?
from Cat Island. But that's where all the Haitians land.
I'm married to
boy.
Jack.
Okay.
Oh boy.
Took one Upali Creole in Cat Island.
This spiritual
Special
advisor,
advisor.
he's
No.
not safe. He's not a safe man. Call up.
Thanks a lot.
Call up. Oh, she gone. Let's take another one. Good afternoon, caller. Welcome to Freedom March.
Spiritual advisor.
Yes, ma'am.
Good afternoon, Mr. Miller.
Hi.
I would like to send out a birthday request to one of the women.
Oh, praise the Lord.
There's a friend of 45 years,
Mm-hmm.
and she's celebrating his birthday to be her name is Barbara Thompson.
Wow.
And that is coming from her children, especially Lisa, Mackie, and her best friend for 45 years, Yvonne Cooper.
Yvonne who?
Cooper.
Yvonne Cooper.
Yes,
Well,
ma'am.
Yvonne, let me ask you a question. You there?
Yes, I am.
You wanna start being friends from you was 1A because you only sound 46.
We were from primary school.
Okay.
Primary school.
All right.
All right, Sister
All right,
Cooper.
Yvonne.
And just wishing her a very, very happy birthday. All the best to her. And continue to do well.
All right. Thank you, Yvonne.
You're welcome.
Thank you, Sister Cooper. Take care.
You're welcome.
We got 2 more calls and
Let's
then we're
take them.
done for the day. Welcome to Freedom March, caller. You're live.
Good afternoon.
Hello.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon, gentlemen.
Good
Yes,
afternoon.
ma'am.
Yes, I'm calling. This question goes to Mr. Miller.
Uh-huh.
Mr. Miller,
Yes.
going back on the churches, taking. You
Yeah.
can't find apartment, you know. If you get put out, you can't find no
Because
apartment.
the church them and all.
All the apartments taken up by church.
Yeah, the fella go home, eat corned beef one night. Can't get the corned beef to go down. He feel a bubble in his chest. He wake up, say he got a word in his chest. You don't have no word, you have gas. Get yourself some Fata Martian or go get yourself some what you call the thing? Some essence of peppermint, drink a little bit of that, and if you still feel the bubble in your chest, then go talk to your bishop. You see, because these people is leave their bishop because their bishop make them mad for 2 minutes, you know. Next
Yeah,
thing
you
you know.
can't find no. Listen, and another thing, I went to a Chinese restaurant and bar.
They
I
got
was
bar
kind of hungry, you know.
looking.
I stopped. I said, "What's on the menu?" Oh, me don't sell food.
No, the Chinese them got liquor store looking in one another.
No, but they have one at restaurant and bar.
I know, but they ain't interested in selling no rice. Listen.
So I said, I want a hamburger. Oh,
No, they
we
don't got none of that.
We don't sell food.
They sell
Only
liquid lunch.
Liquor.
They
and
sell
they
liquid
have
lunch.
a Chinese bar
Yeah.
on East Street coming out of Malcolm Road.
Yeah.
Somebody, when those fellas go there for the liquor, somebody can get killed right there.
Oh, don't
Not
say
put
that.
them out on them, but they have to do something with that.
We gonna have to call Shanta. Shanta, you hear that? Shanta,
Yes,
the people can get killed on East Street.
Always blocking traffic there.
Oh, boy.
We're racing out.
You don't worry about
and
that.
then the whole of the line going and coming.
Don't worry about that. Shanta Knowles is going to send her man down there immediately to go look after them. Shanta Knowles, don't let them kill the people right there on
Yeah, but if
Malcolm
you're
Road Main
looking
Street.
for apartment, you can't find none.
No, and I want them to stop it. And I also want the government to stop granting land to 10 church in a straight line. That thing they got going on Marshall Road right there.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, why would you do that?
And then the Mr. Miller, they have so much church they're running out of names. You see some of the names of these church?
And ain't none of them in the Bible.
I don't know.
No, their names. I tell you the names. I said that I get these names from the
ain't
only
none of
thing they
them.
want church.
And ain't none of them in the Bible.
I don't know.
None.
And they've been saying for 2 weeks. By week number 3, they got caller, briefcase, someone that told the briefcase, and
Yeah, and there's Bishop.
and with 1999 Jaguar.
And they said there's Bishop.
Ah boy, with 6 members,
people
and that's
in
if
the
you
church.
include and 6 members if you count their wife and their 2 children.
Yeah. But you can't find no apartment.
Oh,
Every
boy.
apartment taken up by church.
Yeah. Well, Department of Physical Planning, man, wrap up these bunch of Chinese bar. They even ain't got no rice in there no more. The Haitians have all the food. The Chinese got all the liquor. There are no more Bahamian liquor store middle class families in the Bahamas because you all give all to the Chinese. So I agree with you all. Close them down and then go for these checks. Spiritual?
Until tomorrow.
That's it.
We'll see y'all.
I'm Levan Miller.
If it's the Lord's will.
Bradley Roll is with me. Thank you so much for joining us right here on Freedom March.